Every day you wait to take action, your future gets smaller. And that sounds dramatic, okay? But it's true. Most people are not destroyed by failure. They are destroyed by the hesitation, the overthinking, the fear, the comfort, the distraction, and the constant habit of waiting for the perfect moment that never arrives. Right now, there's probably something you know you should be doing. Maybe it's starting a business, getting in shape, creating content, learning a skill, or fixing your mindset, or saving money, or finally committing to a goal you keep talking yourself out of. The scary part is not that you might fail. The scary part is that 5 years from now, you could still be in the exact same place because you kept holding yourself back. And most people think, confidence comes from action, but confidence is built after action. Nobody starts prepared, nobody wakes up fearless, and the people you admire were confused too. They doubled themselves, or they doubted themselves too, and the difference is they moved anyways, while everyone else kept waiting for that motivation, and motivation is unreliable. Discipline changes lives, and if you only move when you feel inspired, you will stay stuck because feeling constantly change. Successful people learn how to act even when they're tired, uncertain, uncomfortable, or unmotivated, and that is the real advantage. It's not talent, it's not luck, it's consistency. And one of the biggest reasons people hold themselves back is because they are addicted to comfort, and comfort feels safe in the moment, but over time it becomes a trap. And every time you avoid that risk, avoid that hard conversation, avoid that challenges, or avoid that responsibility, you will train your brain to stay small. And growth only happens when you step into situations that stretch your mentally or emotionally. And think about the strongest version of yourself for a second. That version of you does not exist inside your comfort zone. That version is built through pressure, failure, repetition, and embarrassment, the setbacks, and the persistence. Another huge problem is the comparison. Social media has convinced people that they are behind in life because someone else appears more successful. When you do not see is the struggle, the stress, the sacrifice, and the failure behind those highlights. So, comparing your beginning to someone else's middle chapter will destroy your confidence. Focus on your own progress. If you improve 1% every day, your life can look completely different within a year. Small actions repeated daily create massive results over time, and most people underestimate how powerful consistency really because they are obsessed with the instant results. They quit too early because they do not see the immediate success. But almost everything valuable, it takes time. Muscles, they take time to build. Businesses, they take time to grow. Skills, they take time to develop, and confidence takes time to earn. Patience matters, but patience only works if you keep moving. You cannot expect results from effort you never put in long enough. Another thing holding people back is the fear of judgment. People are terrified of looking stupid, failing publicly, or being criticized. But here's the truth nobody talks about. Most people are too focused on their own problems to think about you nearly as much as you imagine. And even if they judge you, so what? People will criticize you for trying. They will criticize you for doing nothing. And at least give yourself a chance to build the life you actually want. Temporary embarrassment is a tiny price to pay for long term growth. You also need to stop waiting for perfect conditions. Perfect conditions do not exist. They will always be something missing. You will never feel fully ready. There will always be uncertainty, and people waste years trying to create the perfect plan instead of taking imperfect action. you know, Action creates that clarity. And the more you do, the more you earn, or the more you learn, and the more confidence you become. Sitting still creates anxiety because your brain starts overthinking every possible outcome. Momentum kills that fear, and taking action, even the small action, changes your mindset faster than the endless thinking ever will. Your environment matters too. If you surround yourself with negative people who constantly complain, doubt themselves, waste time, and make excuses, eventually that mindset will affect you. I was dating something like that. I had to get rid of it. Energy spreads, habits spread. you know, Standards spread. Pay attention to who influences your thinking every day. The people around you should challenge you to improve, not encourage you to stay average. And sometimes, the ones that embrace that, the shameless lifestyle, get rid of them. The ones that think that that's the way you should live, get rid of them. They do it for fun. They're not worth keeping around. And sometimes that means spending more time alone while you rebuild your mindset and goals. Being alone for a season is far better than constantly being surrounded by people who keep you stuck. Another reason why people stay trapped is because, they build an identity around a limitation. They constantly say things like, I'm not disciplined, I'm bad at business, I'm awkward, or I never finish things. The more you repeat those statements, the more your brain accepts them as truth. Your identity shapes your actions, and if you believe you are weak, you will act weak. If you believe you're capable of growth, you will start acting differently and change the story. You keep telling yourself, stop speaking failure into your future and start becoming more intentional with your thoughts, your habits, and your routines. Success is not random. It's usually the result of repeated behavior and decisions, and you do not need to completely transform your life overnight. In fact, trying to change everything at once usually leads to burnout. Focus on the small wins. Wake up earlier, exercise consistently, read more, learn useful skills, spend less time scrolling, and keep promises to yourself. Those little actions, they build that self respect. And once you build self respect, you stop setting for a lower version of yourself. And one of the most important things to understand is that nobody's coming to save you. Nope. Nope. Nobody saved me. Nobody's going to magically fix your mindset, your finances, your discipline, or your future. Personal responsibility is powerful because the moment you stop blaming circumstances, you regain the control. And yes, life can be unfair. And yes, some people start ahead, but focusing on what you cannot control keeps you powerless. Focus on what you can control every single day: your effort, your mindset, your habits, your attitude, your work ethic, and your decisions. Those things shape your future more than excuses ever will. And at the end of the day, your life is moving in the direction of your daily choices, not your intentions, not your excuses, your actions. And if you keep delaying your goals, doubting yourself, and staying comfortable, nothing changes. But if you decide to stay today, to take ownership of your life and push through that discomfort and stop holding yourself back, your future can change faster than you think. And the hardest step is usually the first one. And after that momentum, it starts building. Stop waiting permission. Stop waiting for that confidence and stop waiting for that perfect time. Start right now, because the version of you that you want to become is built by the decisions you make today, not someday. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found value in today's video, just subscribe. That's all I ask. That without that subscription base, we can't stay here on YouTube, and I want to be here for a very long time. Because right now, this world is a bitch to live in, and we all need each other. And if I can lift you up and make your day a little bit better each day, I'm here for you. So hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Not the next day, not a week from now, tomorrow. See you then.